Hey guys, welcome to another video, and this is Abhinav. I am a newcomer here in Canada, and I have the channel to help my fellow immigrants who came here or who are planning to move here in the near future. So please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be bringing a lot more tips in the future. For this one, we're going to talk about if saving money is important when you are new in Canada, or how could we save money when we are new in Canada. Because I've talked to a lot of different people and they say that saving money is not that easy. I mean, when you're a newcomer, you tend to spend the money to survive. I'll link one of my videos in the description box below in which I talk about living expenses in the GTA. So if you talk to me, I've seen a lot of people who spend all the money that they get on their paychecks and buy things that they don't even need. For example, buying a new phone, buying an Apple Watch, buying things that they don't really need and can survive without. One of the reasons that people don't save money is because they don't think about the future. They just live in the moment, they live paycheck to paycheck and spend all the money that they get every bi-weekly or every week when they get it. Which is really a bad approach. You have to save money right now. If you save money, you will be able to survive and live a happy life in the future. What I do is that whenever I get my money, whenever I get my paycheck, I try to save at least 25 to 30% every bi-weekly when I get it, so that in case I need it in the future, I have a reserve. If I need to buy something, I have a reserve. I can take money from there and buy it. If there's an emergency, I can take a money from my account and use it. But for example, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, there is no emergency fund that you have, and you have to use a credit card debt to survive. That's a really big problem in the world these days, because companies give you credit cards and you keep on spending money on there. I've also seen a lot of students who come here for the first time when they leave home. What they do is that they have their GICs, they get their money every month. They just take that money, go out with their friends and party every weekend. I've done that, I've learned from my mistakes. Don't spend money where it's not needed to be spent. One of the few reasons why saving money is important. First, you need to save it for your future. If something goes wrong, there's an emergency or you need to buy something, you should have it. You should have some reserve. Second thing is that you have to plan for your emergencies. Let's say you have to go to a doctor and you don't have your insurance that'd be covering for you. Healthcare is really expensive here if it's not free. Save money so that you can use it during your emergencies. The third reason to save money is to be independent. Let's say whenever you want something, you won't have anyone to support you. You don't have your family living here next to you who would buy you anything that you need, who would get you what you need. But here, living in Canada, living alone, you have to make sure you are independent and you always have some buffer for whatever you need, your needs. The fourth thing that I'd say you should save money is that when you want to buy something. So what I do is that, let's say I need to buy something, I need to buy, I don't know, a phone. So what I do is that I check the price of the device or the thing. I try to split my budget and see how much do I need to save for it. I prefer not to take it on my credit card. In case I take it on my credit card, I try to pay it off as soon as possible. Let's say whatever I want to buy is like $1,000. I'll save it for a couple of weeks, go and buy it right away. Okay, how to save money? So what everyone in the industry says is that you should save at least 25% of your earnings every month. I think if that's the case, why not do it? Why to invent the wheel again? So whenever you get paid, try to save 25 or 30% of your earnings right away when you get it. I know things in Canada are different because you have to pay a lot of taxes on your earnings, but to make sure that you have a rainy day fund, you should do it how people say. Just try to save as more as you can. The next thing what I've heard everyone say is then, and what I've been practicing from quite a few months now is making a budget and putting everything on a paper. So let's say you go out, you spend $500 today. Make sure you take a note of it. And whenever you see it, you'll remember that you spent X amount of money this month and you're only left with the remaining amount that you have. But make sure what you do is that make a planner, make sure you write everything that you spend in it, because after a month you'll see that you've spent X amount of money, and if you can afford to go out next week or no. That's a really important thing and you should do it. That's what I do. Next thing is that you have to create your emergency fund. So what an emergency fund is, that is amount that you may need in an emergency. Well, as per what I've heard, what I've read is that you should have at least 3 to 6 months of expenses in case you even lose your job. So that covers everything, your living expenses, your groceries, your travel, and everything that is covered in that. So let's say, for example, you spend $2,000 a month. You should have at least $12,000 saved in your bank account, in your savings or checking account, before you go to the next step or do anything else. So once the emergency fund is ready, the next thing to do would be start investing. I'm not a professional who knows everything about it, but that's what I do. The 25% that we talked about won't change ever. That could increase for sure, but not decrease. So let's say you save 25-30% every month. Once you have your emergency fund built, you can start putting money in stocks. That's one of the best approaches I've heard. I've been doing for the past couple of months. Just an example of stock market. So let's say if you invest $1,000 a month for the next 30 years and expect an average of 7% gains year over year, after 30 years, the money would be more than $1 million. It's just $1,000 a month for the next 30 years consistently. So please stop buying stuff that you don't need and start saving today.